On this episode of Hitch Hiking with the Harveys, Nelson, Monty, and I take you along with us to Cartagena, Spain. We check out this amazing Roman theater. We also take a tour of the Cartagena Naval Museum. Meet up with some locals. Check out an amazing hike and beautiful beaches. And how could I forget a sangria, and probably the best salad I've ever had in my life. Come hitch a ride with us to Cartagena, Spain. We left early morning from Madrid to head on a 4.5-hour very fast train, which actually reached speeds of over 300 kilometers an hour, which was a first for me for sure. We made it to Cartagena, Spain in the afternoon that day, and we decided to just go to the hotel, drop our things, and just go for a quick walk. As it was January, the sun does set fairly early, so we wanted to get the most of our very first day. As you can see here, we saw so many areas of excavation, and we will touch on this down the road in this video. But one thing I will say right now is I cannot believe they only just started finding out about all of this in 1988. The streets of Cartagena are beautiful, and look at all this marble. There was this huge, giant ficus in the middle of this amazing square in downtown Cartagena. The Grand Hotel, which is a remarkable building in the Art Nouveau style of early 20th century. From the 18th century onwards, Cartagena has been a naval base and the headquarters for the Mediterranean for the Spanish Navy, also the location for one of its most important shipyards. Everyone attending this NATO conference, we all packed up and headed out for a nice little evening of tours. The temperatures were amazing. In the evening, it dropped down to as cold as maybe 6 degrees Celsius, but as warm as 19 degrees Celsius in the daytime. The city, now known as Cartagena, was known as Carthago Nova and became very important in the 3rd century BC. There were 3 mines in the area which mined lead, iron, zinc, and silver. Until 1988, locals had no idea they had such a huge piece of Roman history buried under its local cathedral. They are still continuing to uncover more Roman remains throughout the old city quarter of Cartagena. This is where you will see the remains of Roman life being effectively unearthed, while you have facades of the newer buildings, almost like as if they were giving protection to the almost forgotten Roman remains. The society during the Roman era allowed everyone to come to the theaters. At the time, theaters were not only a public place to be entertained, but a place to be seen, be promoted. Women were only granted permission by their spouses to attend. Seating around the theater ranged from the most wealthy sitting along the stage side to the poor sitting at the very top, not unlike sporting events we have today. This Roman theater was discovered when they were knocking down parts of the neighborhood. Seeing the opportunity for tourism and unearthing part of history, they abruptly halted their original plan to redevelop, only to excavate part of their history. This project took 20 years to uncover the now picturesque Roman theater. Right after visiting the amphitheater, we headed off into Cartagena's Naval Museum. Established in July of 1986 in Cartagena, Spain, in it presents exhibitions related to naval construction. First up, the Perel submarine. Lieutenant Isaac Perel was a Spanish engineer, naval officer, and designer of the Perel submarine. Perel was the first successful, fully electric battery-powered submarine. This was the first fully capable military submarine. She was launched on the 8th of September, 1888. She had one torpedo tube and an air regeneration system. The Cartagena Naval Museum has an extensive collection of ship models on display. And when I mean quite the collection, I mean there's a lot. After both the tours this evening, we decided to just take our time walking back to the hotel and really enjoying the evening around Cartagena, Spain. The next day, my friend Lindsay and I, we decided to go for just a walkabout throughout the town, and we found these stairs that led to the Park Torres, which we weren't expecting to find. We weren't even looking for this, but man, the views were spectacular. From the park, you can see the old amphitheater with the new amphitheater built right next to it. Very interesting, the old and the new. Much of its historical significance of Cartagena stemmed from its coveted defense port, one of the most important in the Western Mediterranean. While in Park Torres, you'll find these peacocks everywhere. Whether it's at the very top where we are here or leading up to it, there are peacocks literally left and right. Just to touch on the best salad I've ever had in my life, this is a mango, avocado, and prawn salad, which also went really well with my drink of choice in Spain, which was a sangria. And of course, Monty the Mountie Moose just had to join us for a sangria. On our last full day in Cartagena, a few of the spouses on this NATO trip went for a nice walk. About a 45-minute walk away from the main area of Cartagena, we followed a trail that took us through different military batteries. It was actually quite a perfect day for a walk. It was a little overcast, so it wasn't too hot, but it was really nice, and look at the beautiful views that we had. The weird things you see. Look at all of them. I thought it was a snake at first, a very skinny snake, but it's not. There is so much to see and do in Cartagena, Spain, and it's such great weather, even at the end of January. Well, we had to stop by this nice little bakery on our way back into town. I didn't get anything, but man, do these ever look delicious. This was the first time for both Nelson, Monty, and myself to come to Cartagena. It was definitely a trip worth to come. There is so much history here, you guys, and they just started unearthing it. So you may be wondering where we are going next. Well, just stick around for a few moments and we'll give you some hints. Until next time, aloha!